I'll be presenting to you on how to solve problems related to cash flows. In a previous video, I have presented on how to create or develop a cash flow diagram using Jack and Finn's investment. In this video presentation, I will be going to show to you on how to calculate the future worth of Jack and Finn's investment. So this is the figure that shows Jack's investment. So Jack invested $4,000 a year from the age of 20 to 40 at 10% return. Jack will retire at 65 with total money of $957,007.55. And this is the cash flow diagram showing Jack's investment and his money at the age of 65. So now, assuming that we do not know yet the value of Jack's investment at the age of 65 years, we create here F is equal to question mark. So we identify the given. We have the annuity of $4,000, the interest rate of 10%. So we have here 3 times. We have T1 is equal to 0 when Jack is at 20 years old. We have T2 is equal to 20 when Jack is at 40 years old. So T2 is identified by subtracting 20 from 40. So when Jack is 40 years old and when he was 20 years old, so time difference of 20 years. And T3 is equal to Jack when he was 65 years old. So T3 is identified by subtracting 20 from 65. So when Jack is 65 years old and when Jack is 20 years old, the time difference is 35 years. So these are the T1, which is equal to 0, T2 is equal to 20 years, and T3 is 35 years. So, which means that the starting point is at T1 or when Jack is at 20 years old. And it shows here that for 20 years, from T1 to T2, Jack invested uniform annuities of $4,000 on a yearly basis with an interest rate of 10%. And then, so we will identify the value of or the future worth of Jack's investment when he will become 65 years old. So this is the cash flow diagram. So we identify N1 or the time period for Jack's investment for 20 years. So we have N1 is equal to T2 minus T1 or 20 minus 1 is equal to 20 years. We have also N2. We have N2 is the difference in time from the end of the investment until his retirement. So we have 35 minus 20 is equal to 15 years. This is the N2. So we will identify the future worth of Jack's investment at T3 is equal to 35 years. So first, we will identify the total value of annuities at the end of 20 years, F1. So we have here the formula for identifying the future worth given the annuities. So F is equal to A quantity F over A, 10%, and then 20 years. So we have the formula A is equal F is equal to A quantity 1 plus I raised to N minus 1 over I. Substituting all the values, we get the value of F1 is equal to $229,099.98. So we have already the value of F1 at the end of 20 years. Now, notice that there's a time difference of 15 years from the end of investment until Jack's retirement at 65 years. So we will project the value of F1 until from T2 is equal to 20 until T3 is equal to 35. with the same interest of 10%. So we assume that this is now the equivalent present work P1, and then so the new N that we will use is the 15 years. So we have substituting all these values into the formula. So we have F is equal to 229,099 and 0.998 cents. Quantity 1 plus point 10 raised to 15. So we have the F is equal to $957,007.55. Or we could use simplifying this solution, we could use here the formula F is equal to annuity times the uniform series factor, and then 10% rate and 20 years, and then times the unit present work factor by 10% and the duration of 15 years. So these are the formula. F is equal to A quantity 1 plus I raised to N1 minus 1 over I times quantity 1 plus I raised to N2, where N1 is equal to 20 years and N2 is equal to 15 years and the I is 10%. So substituting this in the formula, we have F is equal to $957,007.55. So this is how we calculate Jack's investment for the duration prior to his retirement.